Big secret. I did not focus so much on their actual. So you see the title, and I'm not trying to be insulting, but when 2/3 of America's children cannot read, we have a problem, and they will, in fact, be illiterate and ignorant if we don't do something about it. So I wanted to come on to talk about the problem and more so, what is the solution? I am a solutions oriented person. We can keep going to the school board meetings, we can keep going to, we can fix legislation, but if we don't get to the children ourselves, like right now, like not yesterday, not in a few years, but right now, we're going to have a huge problem on our hands. So, how do we fix the kids? How do you fix 50 plus million children that cannot read? And if 2/3 of that, that's 75% of 50 million, whatever that math is, that's not my specialty. And it certainly is not the specialty of a lot of these kids. Um, but number one, the first thing that we have to do, this is what you have to do as parents. This is something that I had to do with my own children when I noticed that they were struggling. You have to get them into a new environment. Now, you all know, if you follow my content, you know that I am a firm believer in homeschooling your children. That is the best way. It is the best way. A homeschool where you teach them yourself, or they are in a co-op. I understand that we all are not able to do that. I have created a course where I'm showing you what I did with my children before I was able to homeschool them, to start gearing them up, really preparing them for homeschool. And honestly, it really just prepared them just in general, where my children were, they were regaining their confidence. I honestly, once I started learning about the school system and a lot of the things, I did not focus so much on their grades. I really didn't. Big secret. I did not focus so much on their actual grades, because it didn't matter. They're passing kids who couldn't, they were passing kids that couldn't read. My oldest daughter was in 9th grade, tested at a real test at a 5th grade math level. So they're just passing kids along. But 5 months in homeschool, 2 days a week, she was caught up. She was beyond caught up. She was doing 10th grade math by the end of that year. You can do that too. You can do that. But the first thing is take them out of the environment. Now, if you can't take them out of the environment, take them out of your house on the weekends after school. Forget the stupid homework. I know this is controversial. I know, but forget the stupid homework. The teachers should have done it in school. They're not teaching them. We just got to keep it real. Like I'm not saying every school. I am not saying that this is every classroom, obviously, but they're not learning anything in these classrooms because they're too focused on trying to indoctrinate them. So you might as well let your kids do something that they actually want to do and something that they can actually learn. And when you do this, this is the second thing, you will be able to show them something new and pique their curiosity to find out what they're actually interested in. For a long time, I was thinking my daughter was going in one direction, but she ended up going in a totally different direction. Now she, at 17, she owns her own business, doing the thing that she actually loves to do, and she's successful at it. It's crazy. But these are the things that you have to do. You have to unindoctrinate your own self. You have to stop romanticizing the public school system. It is not natural. It is not conducive to actually learning, for anybody to really learn. That's why this stuff sounds crazy to you when I'm saying, like, really, I mean, the grades that they give, okay, I mean, unless your kid wants to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, something like in a hard science, I would not. I know this is controversial, but I really would not be focused on like grades. It's not a true testament of where your child is, because they're not even testing. They're not preparing them to be where they should be. And the test that they give, it doesn't matter anyway. If it did, 2/3 of America's kids would not be below reading level and still being passed on. Hello? Like, it's just time for us to wake up on that. The third thing would be get to know your child. So these public schools, these indoctrination camps, they spend a lot of time when those classroom doors close. They spend a lot of time seeding, pushing ideas to push your children against you. I know that sounds crazy. I know a lot of this stuff is it's going to sound crazy, but it's true. And they've been doing it for years. They've been doing it for years. I was reading Dr. Thomas Sowell book. He wrote back in the 90s, I think, about the education system. He was talking about how they were pitting the the children against their families. Get to know your child. Your child probably feels like the school cares more about them than you do because of the way that the teachers and the admin, the way the school is set up. It is to pull them away from their parents and mold them and shape them into what they want your child to be, not what you would have them to be. And this is particularly important for Christian parents. The fourth thing and the last thing, see what your child is naturally geared towards. Like, okay, you probably will say, like, oh, they just want to play video games. Okay, they want to play video games. What about the video game do they actually like? Like, is it the way the game looks? Is it the type of game that it is? Because all of those things can tell you a lot about your own child. You can learn a lot about what your child is naturally geared towards. Just because it's like video games, it's like, no, there's different components of the game. And so the more you understand why they're into that thing, the better you will get to know your child, that you can help direct them into the field, into the career that they actually want to be in and that they will be happy in. And then you can have them read about those types of things that they're naturally interested in. See where I'm going here? That's how you'll be building and bonding with your own child. It's a beautiful thing. I did it myself. It works really well. That is really how you can start to take the claws of the public school and these schooling systems out of your children so you can raise a purpose-driven child. I have a course on this, like I said. I will leave a link in the description box below. I am going to be doing another masterclass on how to raise a purpose-driven child, how you can homeschool your child even when they still are in public school. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share. Please subscribe. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.